This is Fluency, Module 2, Lesson 2, and we are going to continue working with metric units. This is Fluency, Module 2, Lesson 2. We're going to continue our work with metric units, doing some counting and adding and subtracting and just adding in a few more things that will look familiar to you once we get to them. The first thing that we're going to do is convert our units. One day. And we're going to start with converting a meter or a number of meters to centimeters. This very first one, 1 meter, if you remember, is 100 centimeters. Alrighty, if we were going to go on, and I actually would like you to get this on your board and get ready to do this on your board as well. 2 meters, and I would like you to write on your board how many centimeters that is. And you should have written 2 meters is 200 centimeters. Oh my God, I'm going to figure out how to do this. All right, we got the 200 meters. Let's go with 3 meters. 3 meters is how many centimeters? Write that on your board. And you should have written 300 there. If you're looking ahead, you'll see that the next thing that we're doing is 9 meters. And your answer there should have been 900 centimeters. And the last one that we're going to do of these is 6 meters. And that should be fairly obvious to you by now. You should be pretty quick at that. And that is 600 centimeters. All right, we're going to go down to our grams and kilograms, and I can see that I left a 0 off here. So we want to have 1,000 grams is how many kilograms. If you remember from the preview video that you watched last week, you would remember that 1,000 grams is equal to 1 kilogram. So look at the conversion there, 1,000 grams to 1 kilogram. So now as we're looking at these next numbers, you can look at 2,000 grams, and that is how many kilograms? 2,000 grams is 2 kilograms. 3,000 grams, write it down on your board. 3 kilograms. 7,000 grams. 7 kilograms. 5,000 grams. 5 kilograms. Right now, those shouldn't be too hard. We're just getting familiar with what we're doing as we get more comfortable with these different units that you're working with. All right, we're going to look at a number bond, which we've been doing quite a bit of. And that should be fairly familiar to you by now as you're looking at them. The very first one here, we're looking at 2 kilograms. And 2 kilograms can be broken apart into 1 kilogram. And if we were going to break apart the other kilogram into grams, that would be 1,000 grams. So we have 1 kilogram plus 1,000 grams is equal to 1 kilogram plus 1 kilogram is equal to 2 kilograms. All right, so we're going to look at that again, and we're going to look at using the same thing, but we're going to start up here with 3 kilograms up here on our corner. And we're going to break that apart into 1 kilogram. I'm sorry, actually I want to break that apart into 2 kilograms. And we'll have 2 kilograms there. So the other kilogram we're going to put into grams, so which would be 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams. Again, the purpose of this will become clear in just a few minutes, but we are doing this so that we can add and subtract a little bit more easily than we have been doing in the past. Alrighty, we're going to look at this last one, and I'm going to switch up just slightly, just the order, but it doesn't really matter what order we do it in, right? Because the order is going to be the same. We're going to look at 5 kilograms. And we're going to break that apart into 1,000 grams. And how many kilograms do we have left? We have 4 kilograms left. Alrighty, let's move on and look at what's next. Before we go into adding and subtracting with our metric set, with the meters and centimeters, we're going to practice some counting, some unit counting. So we're going to count by 50 centimeters. We're going to go up to 300 centimeters, and then we're going to reverse it and come back down first. This is what we're going to do first of all. So I want you to start with me, and we're going to just go ahead and start counting by 50 centimeters. So 50 centimeters, 100 centimeters, 150 centimeters, 200 centimeters, 250 centimeters, 300 centimeters. We've gotten to the top. Now we're going to go back down. 300 centimeters, 250 centimeters, 200 centimeters, 150 centimeters, 100 centimeters, 50 centimeters. Hopefully, as you're listening, that you're not, I hope you're not just listening, but that you're counting along with me so that you know what we're doing. We're going to do the next one, number 2. We're going to count again by 50 centimeters up to 300 centimeters, then we're going to come back down. But this time we're going to change it a little bit. Every time we get to the centimeters that are in the hundreds, then we're going to, rather than saying 100 centimeters, we would say 1 meter. All right, and I've kind of started it out for you there so that you can see what our pattern is going to be. Again, we'll go up to 300 and then we'll come back down. So let's go ahead and start. 50 centimeters, 1 meter. 150 centimeters, 2 meters. 250 centimeters, 3 meters. When we get to the 3 meters, we're going to come back down. So now we'll start with 3 meters. 3 meters, 250 centimeters, 2 meters, 150 centimeters, 1 meter, 50 centimeters. So it's a little bit, actually, it seems like it'll be super straightforward, but can be a little bit tricky as you're coming back up and down. So this next one, this last one, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go up to 300 centimeters, but this time, rather than saying 1 meter, 150 centimeters, we'll say 1 meter, 50 centimeters, and 2 meters, 50 centimeters. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start again. 50 centimeters, 1 meter, 1 meter, 50 centimeters, 2 meters, 2 meters, 50 centimeters, 3 meters. Now that we're at the top, let's start with 3 meters and go back down. 3 meters, 2 meters, 50 centimeters, 2 meters, 1 meter, 50 centimeters, 1 meter, 50 centimeters. Alrighty, good work on that. And finally, we are going to get to the page where we're going to do a little bit more with our, this should look familiar to you. We did this with our adding and subtracting with place value. And now we're going to take it a little bit into our meters and centimeters. So we're starting off with this number sentence here, 540 centimeters plus 320 centimeters equal blank. So what I want you to do is, in your head, I want you to, instead of saying 540 centimeters, I want you to say that in meters and centimeters. So that would be 540 centimeters is 5 meters, 40 centimeters. And 320 centimeters, let's do the same thing, is actually 3 meters, 20 centimeters. So if we wanted to add that together, the first thing that we're going to do is add our meters. So that is going to be 5 meters plus 3 meters. And that equals, in your head and in your mind, you should already know 8 meters. So now let's add our centimeters. We have 40 centimeters plus 20 centimeters, and that is equal to 60 centimeters. So if we're going to write that down, 5 meters, 40 centimeters plus 3 meters, 20 centimeters, well, we know it equals 8 meters, 60 centimeters. Now you're going to say the complete thing. We're going to go back to where we started with the all in centimeters, and we're going to give our answer. So 540 centimeters plus 320 centimeters equal 860 centimeters. All right, we're going to do that same thing with the following number sentences. And I can see that I have another typo there. But we're going to start with 420 centimeters plus 350 centimeters. Let's say that now, breaking it apart into meters and centimeters. So what we should be saying is 4 meters, 20 centimeters, plus 3 meters, 50 centimeters. We're going to add our meters. 4 plus 3 meters is 7 meters. And we'll add our centimeters, and we have 70 centimeters. Now we're going to say the whole thing in centimeters. 420 centimeters plus 350 centimeters equal 770 centimeters. Is that making sense? Let's go on to the next one, and this one will maybe help us to see a little bit more why we want to break them apart sometimes. 650 centimeters minus 140 centimeters. So we're going to break it apart into meters and centimeters. 6 meters, 50 centimeters. And we're going to subtract from that 1 meter, 40 centimeters. We're going to first of all subtract our meters. 6 minus 1 meters gives you 5 meters. And we're left with 50 minus 40 centimeters, which gives us 10 centimeters. Then if we go back and put it into our number sentence in centimeters, 650 centimeters minus 140 centimeters equal 510 centimeters. Yes, you could do all this without going through all those steps, but again, there is purpose behind this, which you will see as we move along through the unit. We'll start this next one, 780 centimeters minus 210 centimeters. So let's put that into meters and centimeters. We have 7 meters, 80 centimeters. And we're going to subtract 2 meters, 10 centimeters. So let's subtract our meters. Actually, let's start with our centimeters. 80 centimeters minus 10 centimeters is 70 centimeters. And 7 meters minus 2 centimeters, 5 meters. So we're going to put it back into centimeters, just like we've done with all of them. 780 centimeters minus 210 centimeters equal 570 centimeters. Alrighty, that's it for today. Good work, and we will look forward to seeing you tomorrow.